Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Whiskey Sour Libations and Conversation. We have such a special face back with us. It's been such a long time. It's been such a long
Special
time.
phase.
Yes. Welcome back to the show, Naya Fuentes. Brr, 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 brr.
Hey y'all. And don't look at my broke
All
ass
the
nail. Hey.
things. I wanted to catch up with you because you had such an interesting post the other day on Facebook where you were talking about the concept of boundaries that you put in place, friends kind of disrespecting your boundaries. And first of all, I commend you for having a conversation with your friend about boundaries because I don't say shit. I just it's not that I switch up, but I just was like, I need to do this for me, and I just
Mhm.
kind of fall back. But I can appreciate you speaking up and talking to your friend about the boundaries, the things that they were doing that made you feel a type of way. So I want to talk about boundaries and our journeys to our better self, better health, us today.
Mhm.
So my first question to you would be, and like I said, you don't have to go into detail about what happened, but kind of how you got to that journey of realizing that certain things were not healthy for you, to put something in place for you to kind of making sure like you feeling good, like I don't like how that feel, or they said that I don't like that. So how did you get to that point, like kind of?
I mean, my therapist be snatching my wig often. If y'all need a therapy recommendation, she's a black woman. Um, she's like, I wouldn't necessarily say middle aged. Are we middle aged? Are we middle aged? Cause
I
she around our age. She like I peg her to be like 34. She's a black woman. She's 34. Her name is Ashanti. Girl, I be feeling
that's
old.
so crazy. I guess technically 30, 30. No, she's still in her early 30s, and you still in your
Okay.
early 30s.
That's what I'm saying. Are we middle aged? Am I the old bitch? But her name is Ashanti Muhammad Pittman, and y'all can search her on Google. She gonna come up, and she's licensed in a lot of different states. So if you need my therapist, y'all might can sure, but cause I book ahead, so y'all ain't fucking with nothing I got going on. But she be snatching my wig, and she is an earth sign. She's an Aquarius.
Because everybody needs an Aquarius.
Hate it. I also, like the therapy route, like going to somebody that you feel comfortable with.
Hmm.
We clicked instantly. So going to her, she was like, without saying so many words, she like, yeah, you being a punk ass bitch. Like, stand up to these
Not
people.
Naya Fuentes.
Yes. Yes, I really am. And you know what? It's funny because I am so like not a punk ass bitch to people
Right.
that either like I tag as an enemy or people that I don't know. I ain't scared to say nothing. But if it's my loved one, my friends, my family, I'm gonna take their bullshit every time. I'm not gonna say
Real.
anything.
Okay. Okay. That's real. I can see that. I understand that.
And that's because it stems from an abandonment issue. So I feel like if I stand up for myself, these people will leave. And I put a real big value upon like my friends because I don't have like a lot of like immediate family members.
Okay.
And they've kind of like turned into my family. So I treat them like they can walk over me a lot. So yeah, past relationships, family, friends, they was whooping my ass. So basically, my therapist was calling me a punk ass bitch.
Damn.
But she
That's
didn't say that, y'all. She didn't say that. But
you
I
know,
told her, so basically, you calling me a punk ass bitch? And she like, well.
I mean, okay, so what was okay, so when you had that realization and you kind of had to talk with yourself, what were some of the uh things that you kind of said to yourself, or and maybe it was, it don't be everybody, but then did it come to your mind like, okay, this person, I got to do something with this person, I got to do something with that person, because in order for me, us to live harmoniously, this got to change and blah 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 blah.
Um, you know what? I have specific problematic people. It's not like everyone, I just let them do whatever, but the specific problematic, like repeat offenders in my life is my mom.
Okay.
Um, uh like two-ish of my siblings, and then like, uh, I really don't have like a lot of friends that like really disrespect me. And if they disrespect me, they probably ain't my friend almost. But yeah, I it really started with my mama.
Okay, hold on. Let's stay there
That's
with your
how it
mama.
started. Okay.
Let's stay there. Your audio and your video are not synced. You just said something and then it like came after.
Okay. You want me to leave and come back in?
Okay, wait, just say that one more time.
You want me to leave and come back
Yeah.
in?
Or maybe oh hell. 641. It's no audio. You muted.
I'm back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now
That's
it's
better.
matching up.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Okay.
So
So
okay, to
yeah.
your mom.
Hmm. Yes.
So, because
My mom
I know
is a
based on
black
what you.
mama.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
So black mamas, even at this big old age of 30, black mamas, you still a child. And I'm still gonna talk to you like a child, and I'm still gonna treat you like a child. I constantly find myself trying to, remind myself that we're both adults.
Yeah.
And you cannot
Yeah.
talk to me like I'm a child. You cannot be condescending, you cannot belittle me. You can't do that. Or we just not have to stop this conversation right here.
Hmm.
And that's it. So
How was that? Did you okay? So when it came to your mom, did you find yourself kind of having like a conversation? It's like, hey, going forward, or did you wait for something to kind of?
I always kind of wait for something to happen, or like wait for the disrespect. Because it's like one off things that my mom constantly says that she doesn't view as disrespectful. And when I run it back and say it back to her, she either acts out, like, like you play the victim. Now I'm the victim, bitch. I'm the motherfucking victim. Or she be like, oh, okay. In the recent, she's been like, oh, okay, I understand that hurts your feelings.
Hmm.
But this is like 2 months ago recent. I've been battling with my mama for years with
Hmm.
this setting
Hmm.
boundary stuff. Even so, like even recent, like I had a recent issue with her after she's kind of like turned the new leaf, and she like combative with me, where I had to tell my daddy like, yeah, I don't think I can be around my mom anymore. And he was like, because she does the thing where she like so judgmental, and she always right, and she kind of says mean stuff to you. And I was like, yeah. He was like, I can see how that could be hurtful, and you don't want to be around that type of energy. And he was like, I'm gonna give a talk to her, and if she don't want to change, then we just gonna have to take it a step further. And that's the only time I ever like seen my daddy like actively like, oh yeah, I'm finna step in and
Yeah.
do something because my child is hurting. Cause
Yeah.
he let her do whatever. Cause I mean that's your wife, that's your young, and I understand like you can't really go against your wife like in front of your kids, but you could pull her to the side and be like, "Hey, I don't like that.
Right.
I don't like that shit."
Yeah.
So that's my journey with my mama. And honestly, still, like I said, that was a couple weeks ago when I had the issue with my mama and my dad had to step in. So I don't know where we at.
I definitely understand and relate when it comes to that, when it comes to certain situations and having to really speak up and advocate for yourself because that's a journey that I've been on. I already kind of had boundaries when it came to friends for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I felt like it was people disrespecting my time. I don't hang out with them because it's like never any accountability, no apology, no anything. And I don't call, I don't hang out, I don't invite nothing because of that. But when it comes to parents, it's really different and kind of probably the most difficult thing to deal with because of, like you said, like, your parents to look at you like you kids, so you grown, they think they can say and do whatever. But I just started talking to my father, and I'm not even going to
Mm-hmm.
say talking, it's a check-in because he had to go to the hospital. And
Mm-hmm.
so I didn't want to be a dick, but I definitely had to unblock his number to like, you couldn't even call me. I had to unblock the number. And that stems from because Naya, like, seriously, like, and how like close I am with my, like my dad or whatever. And so,
Mhm.
my aunt had passed last year, and my aunt was very present and instrumental in me and my sister's
Raising.
lives.
Mhm.
Well, this is my other aunt. This is not Lucretia, my aunt
Oh,
Sharon.
okay.
And so she was like a big voice in that conversation for us to go with Lucretia after my mom died. And so we would spend summers and holiday breaks and stuff at her house in Illinois. And so she got sick and she passed. And so it's just drama because I have an uncle
Mm,
that's doing some shady ass shit, and he got my daddy mixed up in that.
mm,
So I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to be a part of that because her kids, they're my cousins, and we all are. We grew up together. I don't want to be a part of that. Just when you call, you can say whatever we can talk about whatever, but I don't want to talk about that because I'm not. To me, it's silly. It's like
mhm,
really silly to me, and I just kept telling him. And then one day I cussed him out about it, and he was still doing, and he was doing telephone, like my sister and I would have conversations with him about something, and he would go back and say something to my uncle, and which was bitch, it was so petty.
don't
Like,
take my stuff back to and tell
and
nobody
I
what
was
I'm
like, and
saying.
so this is how I really found out, because I kept having this reoccurring dream night that my daddy was not my daddy. And
Hmm.
so I know at one point my parents was tussling a little bit. So I told my sister, and then I told my daddy, and my guy was like, "Why you tell him that? You was trying to be petty." And I was like, "No, I really wasn't. Like, I feel like, because I never really felt super super connected to him like
To
that
him. Mhm.
anyway. So I don't know.
Y'all ain't got
So
no Dana.
you say what?
Y'all ain't got no Dana DNA.
No, you're so silly. But I mean, all I got to do is have my sister take the test, and then
Yeah, for real.
yeah,
Y'all
and
can
so
see
we
it.
will see.
Yeah.
And my sister even was like, "Damn, like, what if it came out that she wasn't?" Like, I was like, "It would make sense because I literally don't."
Never felt connected.
Yeah, and so he told my uncle that, and my uncle, when me and my cousins got into it about it, my cousin like wrote on a post. It was the corniest. It was the corniest Joan, but he brought that up. And I was like, oh, so I went off on my daddy about that. And I cussed him out.
Why would
And
you
I
go
put
back and tell
everybody on the
that?
email thread. And I call them broke, basic, and bitter. And
Why would you do
I will
that?
never talk to you again
Why
unless it's
would
in
you do
front of a
that?
therapist. He tried to down us, so he got lucky. But yeah, like, but because of that, because it's to
Oh,
me
that's
when
terrible. Why
people
would you do that?
no, no, you are on my
That's
side.
that's not setting a boundary. That's
That is
being.
no, no. The boundary was this: when you call me, let's not talk about certain things. Let's not do this. Blah 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 blah. And I felt like it was understood. But he continued to call and continue to do what he wanted to do because he felt like, and he said it because I'm his child, that he can say whatever to me. That's not how that works. So
I don't think parents realize that they gonna be old and decrepit one day. And
baby, the way that he
I can't
going,
wait. I can't motherfucking wait. Cause I mean, I ain't gonna let my mom stay in a nursing home too
Naya.
long. But I'm definitely gonna put her in one just so I can get my ones off. Like, and I'm gonna put her in one of them ones that they be beating old people. I'm gonna let them
Yeah,
beat her for a
Belmore
little
Haven.
minute. Yeah, I'm gonna let them beat her for a little minute, and then I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna save her, and she gonna be like Charles off a diary of that black woman blowing bubbles and shit. Yeah,
Shut your
that's
mouth.
all I need. I need to get 2, 3 good ass whoopings, and then I'm gonna go get her.
I fuck with you on that because
I just
no,
need a little bit for my pain and suffering. That's it.
just a little bit. And I think on even on this this journey of just trying to like, it's weird how people feel like, oh, you switched up on them, or you used to be one way, and it's just about growth. It's just about like, damn, like I can't tolerate or take that
Mhm.
anymore. And so even still, when he said something to my sister about it when we were not speaking,
Mhm.
um he was like, yeah, I don't know if your sister ever gonna talk to me again. And I was like, okay. And so she broke it down to him, was trying to, and he was trying to talk to her crazy to her. I was like, see, I don't know what's happening at his old age, but I don't like it here. And
Are your parents old like mine? Like, my parents like 70s. Is your parents old like mine?
yeah,
Uh,
my daddy will be 70. I wait,
my mama be 70 this year, but my daddy, I think he be 75 this year.
yeah, my daddy will be 70 like next year.
Ah, okay. Yeah. They at that age where they don't give a fuck. They old and shit. They gonna stick to their guns whether it's right or wrong. So it's
Yeah.
like even I told my man that and he like, I don't even know
My
why you
man.
did. Oh,
Oh, we gonna get there. We gonna get there. Cause who is this?
I
Not this is a completely different.
this ain't got nothing to do with my daddy. This ain't got nothing to do with boundaries. I'm setting a boundary right
Like
now.
therapy. This is my therapy.
I'm setting a boundary right now. That ain't got nothing to do with the boundary. I mean, we set boundaries with each other. And but yeah, I was talking to him. He was like, I really don't know why you let your mama upset you because it's gonna be the same thing every time. He was
Hmm.
like, if I keep on running into that with somebody, they wouldn't even upset me. But it's just like,
It's hard.
I honestly, it's somebody that you view so differently, and also I realized that I've been wanting my mama's approval, so it's just hurtful because I ain't never gonna get it. I ain't never gonna get it. She gonna die, and then I'ma die, and it ain't never gonna happen in this lifetime or the next. Hell, we gonna both come back as rabbits, and that shit still ain't gonna happen. So, but I want it so bad. I want it hella bad, and it just shit ain't just in the cards for me.
You know, I don't know. So the crazy thing is that even in my life and early on things that have happened and overcoming adversity in some kind of way, it's just even weird because like, you know, I try, like there are certain conversations or certain things I think I could even like talk to my mom about or something, but it's just always I don't know. Is I don't know. I can't explain it.
Mhm.
But even when I feel like this, I feel like there are certain conversations or certain things that my mom or even my dad would say to me that they would never say to Janelle. They would never say that to my sister.
Mm.
And I don't
Okay.
know if it's I don't know if it has to do with like personality or
What's
anything.
your sister sign?
Girl, she a goddamn Aries.
Oh, they ain't fucking with her. She a fire sign. She gonna get in their ass anyway, so they know not to fuck with her.
Yeah, but it's weird because I would say for the most part, I always been the outspoken child. Always. Whereas, like my
Mhm.
sister just be like, take it with a grain of salt, let it roll off your back. And sometimes I become telling her, I was like, everything ain't gotta be said. I was like, that's why, blah, 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 blah. So I don't know if it has something to do with that, but it's just really weird. And I would tell her that. I was like, sometimes, you know, it was a period of time like I was telling my sister, I said, I said, do you ever feel like mom feels like we are forever indebted to her because she took us in? And she was like, what? I was like, there are certain things, there are certain verbiage that's used toward me, and I feel like that. And she was like,
Mhm.
I don't think it's like that. I'm like, okay. And I would tell her what was said, and it just be weird.
Yeah. I feel like my mama feel like I'm forever indebted to her. And shit, but she ain't take me in till I came up out that coochie. So for real. And she always bring up, I almost died with you, girl. I don't give a fuck. Ain't nobody tell you to be fucking.
Ma'am.
Like, what? Okay, you was
Yeah.
fucking. So
Yeah.
yeah, you run that risk. The almost down childbirth. What you wanna go fucking start? It's 30
Yeah.
years post. I don't give a damn if you almost died. Fuck.
Why are you like this?
Get over it. Boo. It's
Yeah.
like the Holocaust. Get over it. Boo.
Yeah. I mean, I think, and that's how I feel about like a lot of stuff. And I just be like, what? Like, I'm like, build, like, cry river, build a bridge and get over it all the time. But it's just like, I don't know. I think the weird thing too, when it comes to it, and when you start really coming into your own, and boundaries is also a part of growth, right? And so it's
Mm-hmm.
like I have to do what's healthy for me because I have to look out
Myself.
for me. And
Mm-hmm.
like I told you on your post, you said your friend reverted back to things. I said, because them boundaries are for you. It's not for your friend. Your friend not necessarily gonna understand. But then my
Yeah.
question to you is,
Okay.
within that situation, because we're gonna pivot a little bit,
Mm.
if that happens again with that friend, what is your next move? And
Um,
yeah,
I think just kind of distancing myself will be the next move, but I don't foresee it to happen again.
okay,
Um, we both like in weird spaces because she has this journey that she was viewing as like self-help to, do the wake up early and do the journaling and put doing a lot of self-work in the morning, and that's really, really great. But I've always been an early riser, and I've always been on that kind of scheduling thing. And I recently had like a whole like little mental break because I was anxious and it was turning me up. It was turning me up. I wasn't depressed. I've been depressed before, but I knew there wasn't depression. I was just so anxious that it was making me cry all the time. It was making me physically sick. Like I was throwing up
mm,
all the time to the point where this nigga thought I was pregnant. That's how much I was throwing up, like every morning sickness type
sheesh.
throw up. And um even like to the point where I felt like um tiny little needles was pricking me all over my body, and then I was like
Hmm.
doing this scratching itching thing. It was bad. I felt like a crackhead. I felt
Yeah,
like I was a dope fiend or something, like I because there's all these weird things was happening to my body. So I went through this like behavioral health thing like a few weeks ago. my body was so exhausted from either being up like for 3-4 days at a time. Like I just needed sleep. So by you doing this texting and calling me at 5 in the morning, yeah, usually I'm a bitch that's up at 5:30 in the morning because I be on the internet looking at stuff, like laughing at stuff. That's my little morning little thing. Laugh at stuff, get some coffee, woo woo woo. But I ain't playing around no more. I need some rest. So hey, and also I've been with my man for like a year and a half ish, and we've been sleeping over each other's house more. Well, me more so sleeping in his house. So I'm like, hey, I'm a light sleeper, so this text message or this little vibrating on my phone or call or whatever is gonna wake me up. It's not really gonna wake him up, but me like jumping, how it made me
Yeah.
jump, or um even like tossing and turning and stuff, that wakes him up. So I'm like, I'm trying to keep my household cool. I'm also trying to, be mindful of, hey, I share a bed with this person. I don't want to disrupt them, and also don't disrupt me. And I don't think she's seeing like the value, like what I was trying to tell her, because she came back and told me, well, I have friends from married friends to murderers, and and none of
What?
them have an issue with it but you. And I'm
But
like, I
I
don't
just
give a
told you
fuck
not to
who
do.
got an issue. I just told you, just don't text me or call me at the crack of dawn early in the fucking morning. And I said it hella nice.
I mean, now first of all, you're better than me because that ringer be off. The way that ringer is off.
You know what? I don't put my ringer off specifically because I'm kind of the person, I'm kind of everybody's person. I'm kind of
Okay.
everybody's like emergency person. I'm kind of everybody, bitch, I'm in some bullshit, come help person.
Okay.
So I don't turn my ringer off, and I don't like block people, because it's been situations where I have blocked people or I have turned their shit on do not disturb, and the next fucking day something happened real, real bad. So I
Okay.
don't do that. But also if I tell you to stop, bitch,
You
stop.
should. Yeah,
Cause
you should
everybody else,
just stop.
I ain't never had a problem with no friend like texting me hella late at night or hella early in the morning. Like if we up texting at night, it's kind of like a mutual thing. Both of us up like trying to get something done for work or something like that. It ain't like we bothering each other, like, something like that. But it's always a respectful thing. And even sometimes I find myself like, maybe I text my friend hella late. One of my friends, not necessarily that friend, but I text a friend hella late, and
Yeah.
then I'll be like, bitch, I'm tripping. It's 11 o'clock at night. My bad, girl. Hit me up in the morning. But and even still, they be like, bitch, I ain't worried about that. But it's just like being mindful of also like how you affecting somebody. Because let's say I was on this behavioral health break because I was so anxious, right?
Hmm.
It's also causing me more anxiety to wake up at 5 in the morning and receive your texts. I'm thinking my body is thinking like it's an emergency. And
Yeah.
just for it to be, bitch, good morning, you're pissing me off.
Yeah. But what are the
Cause
are
now
they
I'm
like?
anxious.
Is it like? Is it like, oh, good morning, start your day off right, let's say the Lord's prayer, or is it like bullshit?
No, it just be like, good morning.
Okay.
That's
And she can't send you that at 7?
all I'm saying. Like it's no rush on a good morning, bitch. Cause at first I was like, good morning, her dad. And then I just stopped. And then I was like, bitch, stop being a punk ass bitch and let her know, like, you just don't want, you want to discontinue this good morning text.
Yeah.
And I told her, literally, because she did the shit at 5 a.m. on a Saturday morning. Now, you know I'm
Okay,
with my
you
nigga.
really
If
pushing
you,
it. You really pushing it,
yeah, like,
girl.
you ain't at work. You know, well, I don't work no more. I'm a housewife. But,
Bitch, get
um,
off of my phone.
you ain't at work. My nigga ain't at work. I'm off my housewife duties the weekend, bitch. So, why is you texting me at 6 in the morning? Sleep the, I mean, 5 in the morning on a Saturday. Sleep the fuck in, hoe. The
Yeah,
hell?
that's yeah. I on a
The 5
Saturday.
a.m. Yeah, because it was increasingly, it started around like 6:30. So I 6:30 cool. That's a pass. but it was increasingly every day getting earlier and earlier and earlier to when it hit on that Saturday and it was at 5 in the morning. I said, okay, this is enough.
I don't
This is enough.
understand because it's not
Because
like
at
it's
this
a
point,
group.
I'm
It's
scared
not
for
like
my
it's a
life.
group chat. It's not like she's sending this one large text. Like you can wait to text me individually at motherfucking 6:30, 7 o'clock, and if you forget, I am also okay with you forgetting.
Right. Yeah, that's fine. So it was that Saturday that I told her, like, hey, yeah. So she was like, oh, okay, my bad. I'm sorry. So Sunday went past, Monday went past, Tuesday went past, Wednesday went past. On Thursday, she finally said, yeah, fuck them boundaries, bitch. I'm finna tap dance all over the motherfuckers because I want to say good morning. So at 6 in the morning, she hit me up on that Thursday morning. So you know what I did? I put her on do not disturb because I was doing the punk ass bitch shit. I was reverting, and then I told my best guy friend Arsenio, I was like, I don't know, like what I should do. Should I just keep her on do not disturb? He said, nah, you need to double down and you need to tell her
Yeah,
because yeah, that's on purpose. He was like, it might not be with malice, but that was on purpose. So
yeah,
I'm like, yeah, I just don't want to get in no conflict with my friend. Like, da, 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 da.
yeah.
I'm
I
like,
understand that.
scary ass. So I was like, well, if she do it tomorrow, I was like, I waited most of the day and then took her off do not disturb like at night. So I was like, if she do it tomorrow, I'm gonna just have to say something. I promise myself if she do it tomorrow, I'm gonna say something. If she don't do it tomorrow, I'm gonna let it slide. Friday came and she did that shit. And I said, I asked you, could you find a more appropriate time to text me in the morning?
Yeah,
Because early in the morning ain't my thing, and I want to sleep in due to me being hospitalized because I had a real bad. I mean, it wasn't like they admitted me in the hospital, but I was like at the hospital all day, like
yeah.
making sure that I was okay. And I'm like, and you know this, so hey, bro, just stop, just chill. And she took very great offense to it. And then she did the victim thing. She said I was attacking her. That's why I'm like, how are my boundaries attacking you? Because I'm
But
saying
see,
I'm really saying it's so nice, and everybody know I can be a bitch, and I'm saying it hella nice. Like, hey, I understand you're waking up in the morning, you're doing your journaling. I love that for you, but I just want to sleep in, and I sleep in to like 9 or 10 every morning now because that's what I need. That's what I need, and I thought I made it very clear the first time, but she didn't see that, so yeah.
I've had things or situations that have happened even amongst the friend circle that have shifted the circle because of certain things and new discoveries have observations and discoveries have come out and you like what like well
Mhm.
how long you been feeling like that or
That.
whatever and
Mhm.
something happened recently that broke up a friendship and the person who lost a friend was like well I've been contacting them and they not saying nothing to me and blah 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 blah. And I was like, I think you have a history of disrespecting people's boundaries because you want to do what you want to do. I'm like, you
Mm-mm.
had a friend just tell you to give them some space. You went over their house, you did something crazy, you popped up at my house, I was asleep. Like your other friend, like the other person said this to you,
it's
a-
it
and
seems
you
like they
still
have codependency issues.
and that's really what it is. And so she was like, well, they didn't have a conversation with me so I can know that that existed. I said, the boundary is them not talking to you. They don't have to tell you that they're not talking to you. Some people can just retreat and do their own thing, but I I I understand what you're
But also,
saying.
I do feel her.
I
I
feel
also do
her,
feel her
but
because
then
I'm
it's
one of
like,
those people that tell me, bitch, tell
yeah,
me, give me a playbook because I'm a person that it might go over my head, but I'm also a person like if I keep on contacting somebody and they ain't contact, I'm gonna just leave you alone. I'm gonna assume that you just want some time, but it's a lot of people that ain't gonna catch that. So you
Yeah,
do need to
that's
be
fair. That's
vocal
fair to
about it.
say.
Yeah.
That's
And that's
definitely.
part of setting boundaries is saying them. So that's the thing. I was the
Girl,
person who was
the
retreating.
email said enough, and I was like,
It was
uh,
an email sent.
there was an
What
email.
type of friends is y'all? Y'all work friends?
No, we're not working for it. This is
Well,
because
who
the
the fuck
person.
email their friend?
No, because the person was blocked and they sent the email.
Now, bitch, you could have sent me a text message and blocked me. Oh, so the person was blocked. So if somebody blocks me, I'm just not going to talk to
That's how I feel. I'm
them.
like that, and I just because we
I'm
also
going
the
to see
type
we're
of
no longer friends.
yeah, we're not going, and we're the type of people that I feel like in this. The reason why I feel like I really relate to you sometimes is like I feel like when, especially when it comes to our friends, we're very kind of
Mm-hmm.
like forgiving people, and we try to be understanding of certain things or miscommunications that happen.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, but it's weird when people abuse the policy. And so then
Mm-hmm.
when they do that, you like, hard no, and that's it for me. Like, I don't know.
And those series of books that I posted under my post, Setting Boundaries and Finding Peace by Nidra. She's a black doctor, psychologist. She got a whole bunch of letters behind her name, child. I don't know what all they mean. But y'all can follow her on Instagram, and Nidra snatch wigs like real bad. Like the book be so much like, hold on, bitch. I gotta close this book for today because I'm too seen right now, and I need to get back in my cloak. Like that's how much her book lets you know. Like, yeah, bitch, stand the fuck
Yeah.
up, stand your weak ass up, and set the motherfucking boundaries, and how to set them right because she talks about how people set rigid boundaries, which would be like me and you, to where it gets to a certain point, and we haven't set those boundaries along the way, and then it's just a cutoff point. That's rigid. And then it's some of those people that, hey, they accept the boundaries, but the boundaries some weak ass boundaries. And motherfuckers ain't gonna respect no weak ass boundaries. It could be how you present them, or they just
Yeah.
silly.
Yeah.
So with no like follow up. So
Yeah.
those are porous boundaries. And it say they're wrong both ways. You gotta sit somewhere in the middle. You can't be on either end of the spectrum with setting boundaries. So
Right.
some people do set the boundaries, they're just wrong. Or how we do it, we don't set none and then we just cut motherfuckers off. So
You
yeah.
know, I will say this: the most recent one that happened, and it was the weirdest thing. And I'll tell you, like I'll sing like offline, but and it's not even honestly. I could talk about it. So I had like a dream. I'll be having dreams. So I had a dream
Mm-hmm.
about something, and I told this friend about it,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like I was like, oh my god, I had like 3 dreams last night. I had a dream I was pregnant. I had a dream you was pregnant. It was like somebody random that I don't even fucking know. So
Come
based
on,
on the
pregnancy pad.
girl, last time we had like hung out or whatever, she hit me up. It was hella random. She was on my side of town, and I met up with her for happy hour or drinks or something to get something to eat. And then we went to Soho House. So I knew at that, based on that conversation, what she was talking about, because she had been married for a few years, that they were trying. So for me to
Mm-hmm.
have that random ass dream, I was like, that's weird. So I sent the text. She was like, oh, maybe we should take pregnancy tests together. I said, no, I just had an ultrasound yesterday. I'm not pregnant. So this was a few weeks past.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing gender reveal party, all this stuff. And I was just like, that's weird. I,
Hold on,
but
so she already knew she was pregnant.
right. Not mad at you for not telling me
Because
or
gender
whatever. Make
reveal, that's like 5 months. I don't know. I ain't
that's
had no damn
you
kids.
know. So I was
Four,
like,
5 months. You know
oh,
about 4, 5 months.
that's how I feel. So I was like, damn, like you didn't even want to like mention nothing or throw me a little bone or something. And so also I felt like I've been to your wedding. I've been to like a lot of like I'm really great friends. It's not like, oh, this is an associate. This is a friend.
Right.
And
I've
we've
been
had
through a lot of life things with you.
highs, lows, all of that stuff. I'm
Mhm.
thinking and I was like, this is fucking weird. So I hit her cousin up. I was like, are you in town? She was like, yeah. I'm at blah 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 blah. And I was like, okay, cool. She was like, oh, we about to go to do a bonfire. Pull up. And I was like, oh, I'll see. My dog Zaza had just had puppies. So I was like, yeah. That's
What?
Zaza had puppies, so that was a whole nother thing, and it was chaos that weekend. So I was like, I'm not finna try to dock wallet. But also, I was like, I'm not going to a bonfire when I was not invited to a gender reveal.
Right.
That's like fucking weird, right? And so her mom, like my friend's mom, even hit me up. I was like, I thought you were coming to the bonfire. And I was like,
I
I was
wasn't
like, yeah.
invited.
So I was like, this is just really weird. And so honestly, in hindsight of our friendship, I felt like it was always me trying to make an effort, trying to rectify stuff, even when I was never wrong. And I was just like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired.
Mm.
I'm done. I always pick up the phone. I always respond to the text. I always, like send in, like, so I was just like, this next chapter does not involve this person. And this might not involve this person for the rest of my life. And I'm okay with that. But, some people felt like I was like kind of overreacting and should have called her. I was like, for what? She didn't call me.
It's funny. I had a similar situation of a friend of a former friend that revealed that she was pregnant on Facebook before she told me. And she told one of my friends who was, I mean, she met her through me. They only have hung out when I have things at my house. So it's like, is this girl really?
Uh-oh, we lost Naya. Sorta. I think she got a call. 42 and 40. All right. Hopefully she'll come back in. Um, and we'll have finish up the conversation. You there?
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
My bad. It's a that's the family damn group chat, and they decide to damn FaceTime in the family group chat. Hold
Oh,
on. Let me
well,
fix this.
I want a couple more minutes of your time. So, what was you saying? You were
Okay.
saying,
Yeah, my friend, yeah, girl, crazy thing. I got off the flight.
uh-huh.
I opened my phone to, tell, my loved ones like, oh yeah, I made it. I'm in town. Like, my homegirl, like, well, bitch, did such and such. How long she been pregnant? My old dude, I said, who? Because I know you weren't talking about my friend. Who pregnant by who?
Yeah.
She said, yeah. She just posted it on Facebook like an hour ago with like ultrasound and everything. I said, who? Like, you're lying. Like, this
Right.
must be another girl
Another
by the
person.
same name that you think is my friend because she has a common name. So I'm like, I got friends that's, got that same name, like 5 friends that got that same name. So I'm like, I know you're not talking about this one.
Mm-hmm. And it be like,
Girl, lo and
it was,
behold, that
mm-hmm.
was it. And that was the thing that broke up our friendship, which was very, very strange. But I don't know if this, because with your situation, you said you've been to her wedding and everything. Like, with my situation with her, I knew that her guy didn't like me. So maybe that caused some dissension in our relationship, her guy at the time, because shit, he gone on by his goddamn business now. But yeah, it just snowballed into this weird ass situation. I'm like, hey, why didn't you tell me you was pregnant, bitch? You told the world and you told somebody else that's a close friend of mine that's not a close friend of yours. Y'all just have a connection through me that you was pregnant separately. So
Yeah.
if she ain't that instrumental in your life, so why the fuck would you tell her?
Right.
So
Right.
I just felt slighted. So after that, I just felt like, you know, discontinue my relationship when people, it's not even like people show you who they are situation, because she was a really really great friend. However, it's a person that would do anything for um a relationship with a man. Like she abandoned her friends, abandoned her,
Mm.
everything just so she could have this connection with a man. And that is not the type of friend that I would want, because bitch, you gonna sell me down the goddamn railroad if a nigga like you too much. Fuck nah. Now I
Yeah.
am on my man ass bitch, but nah, I'm a cold ass friend. Like my friends gonna jump
Yeah.
my nigga or attempt. There ain't nobody gonna win in that situation. We all gonna lose, but they gonna ride with me. They gonna stick beside me.
Yeah.
So yeah. Um.
And I want to clarify to you too, like my like friendship with this person was very, it would be moments where it would just like it would be fucking weird and like tumultuous, like for no reason. And I just be like, what the fuck happened? Did I say something or did something happen? And you're like wondering what happened, and then you just be cool. Like, it would be moment. And so then ultimately she like ended up causing another friendship within that circle to fall apart, kind of because of some information that she shared, which technically it wasn't her fault, but she was kind of being messy.
Yeah,
And
it
I
just
was
seems
like,
like that individual is
yeah,
probably like a messy person or a
yeah. And so,
drama-fied person. My friend wasn't. However, like I said,
mhm,
she was just that person that
yeah,
really,
she was
really
like with you
wanted
when it
a
would come
connection
to.
with a man. So yeah.
And, and for me, I was just like, honestly, I'm just over this. And not too long ago, now, honestly, she called. She was like FaceTiming me. And I was like, I looked at that phone and I hit decline.
Click, bitch. No, no, the fuck. You didn't think you was finna tap dance and waltz your ass A-Town,
Yeah.
skunk
And
your
I
ass
was,
back up in my space. Mm-mm.
yeah, I was just like, and I told my sister, she was like, well, you don't, no, I don't give a fuck what she got to say. Because anything you could say, you knew I felt slighted. You knew that. And so for me, I just was like, for my peace of mind, I can't do this no more. And I don't, like, could I wish her well? Sure. But am I? Maybe not.
I mean, you don't even exist to me no more for
Yeah.
me to wish you anything.
Hmm.
I don't care either
Yeah.
way. Because for me to wish you well is fake on my part, because I really don't care if you good or not.
Yeah.
Right off in the sunset for all I care. I don't.
Yeah, I'm just, and that's really how. And people think that I'm a dick when I say shit like that, but it's really the truth. I'm like, no, I don't have to wish them anything because they did not have my best interest at heart or in their mind when they did whatever they did. So I don't have to wish them anything.
Baby, an exit interview is an exit interview. I don't give a fuck about nothing that happened after I let go them shackles. After I give
Yep.
you that release contract, bitch. That's it. If you could die tomorrow, don't I hope don't none of your family send me no motherfucking come to the funeral, bitch, because I won't be there. Your ass could be Oprah tomorrow. I ain't gonna get no donuts on no plane. Don't give a fuck. I ain't finna ask for no money. Whatever. I'm
Mhm.
act like I ain't never met your ass. I
Yep.
don't care either way. So
Yeah, I was just like, oh, that's somebody that I. Or you,
somebody
and
that
that's
I
how you better
used
you better hope I say that, girl. Look, this shit. The half the time recently, what I've been doing is saying somebody will ask me about somebody that I don't fuck with. I be like, who? And they
know.
be
It's
like,
it's
well,
giving Mariah Carey. I don't know her.
I was like, I was like, I really am not playing with you. Who? Like, when
I
did
don't know
this?
her.
When? No, right. I don't know her. I don't know her. So now you like tell people, okay, you listed one of the books that you were that you read that really helped you. And there were a
Hmm.
couple of materials that you had in within the post. So tell the people those books. And then I'll also list them in the caption too that can
Okay.
help people when it comes to their boundaries and where they should start and
Yeah,
whatnot.
setting boundaries and finding peace by Nidra. It's a book that I highly recommend, but it's also a workbook, and I feel like they should be. If you're going to read the book, you can read the book separate, but I don't think you should do the workbook without reading the book. So if you're gonna do the workbook, do them together.
Yeah.
And the workbook is really good because you actually get to write down your thoughts and go back to them. That's why I be like in a part where it's not just reading a book, it's actually doing those activities and be like, bitch, I mean, this is enough for today. This is enough wig snatching for today. Now, Nidra has another book. Um, Nidra has another book called Drama Free that I just got, and that is specific to setting boundaries and having familial like family drama.
Mm.
Um and I haven't cracked that one open because child, I just been look, I'ma just keep my wig on. My hair been looking good. So I'm gonna keep my wig on right now. It's some that I posted that I have either been recommended, um, but I haven't like gotten through all of them. Hold on, I'm trying to go back to the damn post because they're more like relationship wise. I know that I've been in this relationship for a year and a half, but we're still very much learning each other, and we
Hmm.
still very much like figuring out each other's boundaries. So it just is helpful, in like trust building and relationship building and stuff like that. I know one of the books is a workbook. I don't know. I could probably give them to you offline,
Okay.
and so you can list them because I ain't gonna find this damn post no time soon.
Because I
But
know
yeah,
your ass, because you post every 5 minutes. Your Facebook monetized yet or no?
I mean it probably should be, but it ain't. It ain't. And I be giving Jules, so I'm taking my talents back to YouTube. I'm taking my talents back to YouTube. I'm gonna get on YouTube and talk my shit on there. But yeah.
Girl, well, thank you so much for coming and being willing to open and talk about things like that because boundaries can look like anything. It's not this
Hmm.
set way that you have to do something and you have to follow a guideline or pamphlet. That's how I got to do this, and it's no, it's not. It's like if it's something makes you uneasy and makes you feel something, you gotta say, you gotta speak up and do something for you because the other person, like I
Yeah.
told you, they're gonna keep doing it. They're gonna keep disrespecting you because they used to you operating in a certain space. And you might lose friends
Mhm.
and family members might not fuck
Yeah.
with you because of it. And
And
that's okay.
that's great. That's great. As much as you can shave off the bullshit, shave it off, and don't be afraid to lose those people because yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's not like I don't miss my friendship or my connection with a girl that was pregnant, but it's just like, did I really want to continue with your bullshit? And when I think about it, fuck no. Like yeah, you was a good friend for what it was, but were you really pouring into me as much
Yeah.
as I was pouring into you?
Yeah.
No. So it's not
Yeah.
even like it was a loss. It was more so a come up because I'm dropping dead weight.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yep. And I was talking to, I saw, was that last night, girl? I was so tired. I know I had
Mhm.
a conversation. Johnny came by and I was like talking about something, and we were talking about boundaries, oddly. And I was like, there was this weird moment in time where I thought maybe I was the problem because, and sometimes now I'm gonna say this, sometimes,
Is you?
but here's the funny part when we talk about that. When you talk about adapting and changing things to look out for you, just like this doesn't make me feel good or whatever. And it could be multiple people doing something to you, or now I'm not going to say doing something to you, but you know what I mean, like they have different characteristics or that
Hmm.
make you feel uneasy, and you start putting shit in place where you good, and then people start falling by the wayside, and so you like, am I the problem because I'm the common denominator? And sometimes you're
No,
not.
it's an act of God.
Yeah, I'm like, and sometimes you're not. Like, you're not the problem because that person isn't for you. Their season is over.
Yeah, and I can't take everybody with me. As much as I
Yep.
would like to, I cannot take everybody with me. It's still some people around me that's been around me since daycare. I
Mm,
still have two friends that's been around me since daycare that I could
that's
call up.
dope.
We don't even live in the same, area of the country, but I can call up, still shoot the shit with them. And it's people that I like, and they've been around probably like a year. So it's
Mhm.
like you just never know. But I can't take everybody with me. And who's to
Yeah.
say that the ones from daycare ain't gonna fall off sooner or later? I don't know. But I will tell you, I will be very, very sad. However, your time is up.
I hate you. And also too, I mean, that when that happens, we don't talk about mourning relationships. We think about it in the
It's
sense of like death and like you had a breakup, but friendship breakups hurt hella deep. And like I told y'all, I ended that friendship of 20 something years. And it was tough because you felt guilty. You were like, did I make the right decision? You're like questioning yourself. But ultimately I knew, I was like, yeah, I did what's best for me, because it was always some bullshit. The friendship was very one-sided. I was like, you were consistently pouring, and I was a stump at the end of that friendship. I was the giving tree. It was nothing left to give, and I had to look. I was like, I can't keep doing this. So
baby, I'm tired. I'm
yeah.
tired. What the meme said, baby, I'm tired. Yeah, that's me right now. Like if some shit happens, some shit pop off. Like I think my boyfriend watched me over this year and a half, like cry over every little thing, and probably now I'll be like, bitch, okay,
Like, fuck it.
ain't no more tears,
No,
no
none.
more
Fuck it.
tears,
Oh
please,
well.
niggas.
That's how I feel, but like I like this next chapter. Like, it's just gonna get better, Naya. It'll be confusing, but it's just gonna just get better. And where you going, like, you'll be fine. You'll be okay. And hopefully, even when it comes to our parents, I hope that at some point they, understand.
I
And I'm sick of
hopefully at
people.
some point in the
Yeah.
nursing home it'll click. I don't know if the 1-2 gonna get her there or just upon entry, but I hope somewhere in that scenario that it click for her because I'm not putting my dad in the nursing home. At some point, it's gonna click for her. I hope so. And if it don't, oh well, I got mine off.
Listen, my dad going to the nursing home because he like damn near 6'6" and 200, somewhere between 200 and 300 pounds. I'm not. Yeah, I took care of my grandfather. That shit is hard. And dead weight, like they can't move like how you want them to move sometimes. So I'm like, y'all need to
I
get your
really
health
can't take
together.
care of none of them people because at the time, a time where my parents is declining,
Hmm.
that's the time. This is the age right now. This is the area of my life where I'm, in a union with somebody and we talking about marriage and kids and stuff like that, and it's progressing that way. So I ain't gonna have time. I got my own kids now. I don't know what y'all gonna do, but
Bitch, get off of here. Tell everybody where they can find you. What is your
oh, that's on them. They shouldn't have had me so fucking late. That's on them. So shit, it is what it is. My Instagram is Naya Fuentes. My IG is Naya Fuentes, and y'all really don't need to see me on Facebook. That's a whole nother me. So yeah.
Oh my God. We gonna see, thank y'all for tuning in. We gonna wrap it up here.
Oh, and I'm bringing back my YouTube channel, and it's gonna be a whole little refresh. So the YouTube channel is just Naya, JUSTNYA. So
Okay.
yeah,
Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the podcast, and subscribe to Naya's YouTube page as well. And yeah, because listen, I'm trying to get on your level when it comes to that YouTube shit. Okay, look, they done took away the reels. My reels was monetized. They took the money away, and I knew after I had this one reel go up and that payout wasn't nothing, I was like, this ain't right. The math is not mathing, and I was like,
yeah. The
oh.
math don't be math, and yeah.
I was so mad. I
Mm-mm.
was like, they finna change something. So, oh well, you guys support us. I don't have an OnlyFans or Patreon. Maybe, just support us, okay? Buy a candle, buy. Where are freakum dresses, Naya?
Oh, baby, cause no, since I've been being a housewife, I'm really pouring into myself, and I got like a whole shipment of like samples and stuff. So let me
Okay.
y'all know the fuzzy hats is
Yes.
coming. Yeah, so I got like all fuzzy little hats. I got ooh, I love this little hat. Let me throw it on. This stuff all just came today.
Okay. Okay.
Let me put it out. Hold on. This little crochet bucket
Yeah,
inspired. This inspired for the summertime. Like, yeah. So
that
I
is
got these in all
cute.
different colors. So I don't know if I got a whole bunch of clothes. I'm gonna just send you pictures when we get offline. But yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, we trying to get our freedom dresses and our fuzzy bucket Y2K hats. So you yelled at me, I'm yelling at you. Where my freaking dress?
Girl,
Bye, y'all. We gonna see y'all here next week.